I will get through the night and make it go to the other side. Get there. Get there. I will get there. Nothing stopping me now. I 11, and you get out to the other side. Oh my God. So I went and just jumped down the hall, rabbit hole again. Excuse me, y'all. Whew, now I'm getting hot. This has to do with GMG. Oh, I didn't grab my earphones. Hold on, y'all. So I'm gonna have to do a channel message as well. Oh Lord. So happy. I just so happy to be what I've been told. So, are you pairing? I think it's off. Yeah, it's off. Oh, this is not the one I want to pair to. I want to pair to this one. Oops. Okay, I turned it off. I was like, why is it frozen? Stop. And thank you. Um, um, I think it's that one. Yeah, it is. Okay, I got it now. We're going to be talking about GMG Hotel and Casino. Connections with that. We're going to be talking about Hypnotic and Nuvo. Some of the downloads that I got. Hello, how are you doing? Thank you guys for tapping in. Hello, hello, hello. Wow. Hello, 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 hello. Shout out to you. But yes, we're going to be talking about GMG Hotel and Casino. We're going to be talking about the download that I got with the songs leading up to this. Not only songs, I put some patches for detoxing on my feet today that were lavender, and it's connected to, what is this? Cryptocurrency lawyer, a cryptocurrency lawyer that also is the creator of Nuvo and Hypnotic Vodka. And how is this related to the industry and what we're all talking about right now? GMG Hotel Casino. And why do you think aliens are going to Las Vegas? Like, it's kind of a no-brainer, y'all. It's a no-brainer. OMG, it's Sammy. Sammy, what? I'm not sure. When you guys write in another language, I don't know what it says, unfortunately. But let's start with the downloads with the songs. What the hell? Oh, okay. Watch later. Ooh. So the downloads for the songs are Mario, Breakup featuring Gucci Man, and Travis Scott, Sicko Mode with Drake. And of course, this does have to do with Louis Vuitton and its sick background of history, of these histories behind what's going on and how these things have been going on. Okay, we're going to start with Drake song. And just right off the beginning of the song, which I forgot to Moloch. Um, Moloch is used for child trafficking, and I don't think it's by coincidence. Sicko Mode featuring Drake. Psycho Mode is Sicko. Um, Straight up, Moloch is depicted with the mouth open, and how they had that tragic event also happen at his concert. Happened a few years ago, just only a few years ago. It's not by coincidence. A lot of people got unalived at that concert, actually. Shows children riding down the street on a bike, girls, little boy. Some adults kind of looking out, little girls looking, going in the house. Oh, let me turn it up. Sun is down, freezing cold. That's I already know when it's here. My dog will probably do it for a Louis belt. That's just all he know. He don't know nothing else. Hello. You look like you smell bad. So, anyways. Hello. It's Kaya. What's up, Betsy's house? What's up? What's up? Thank you guys for tapping in. Like, share, subscribe, please. Thank you. I tried to show him. He probably mean his God to do it. Because in reverse, it spells God. Thank you for subbing, honey. And then there's a whole bunch of red smoke going up from the area that they're filming in. He in sicko mode. Yeah, it is called sicko. Travis Scott, sicko mode. No problem. Thanks. I like your hair. Thank you. Appreciate that. I try my best. Mm-hmm. And he's on a horse with that Travis Scott with the mouth open is a representation of Moloch for child sacrifices. The way the smoke again. So and back up popping with the crew. 4 a.m. Drinking Jamba Juice. Someone said it is showing a noose. Yeah, you say playing for week, we all in too deep. Playing for week, we're playing for keeps. Paying for week. I don't think this ain't got that cool. We got my exes and put them all in a booth. Uncle Luke. This is also tied to Miami as well. Hello. A lot of this shit is tied to between all these major child trafficking, organ trafficking, sex trafficking, drug trafficking areas. Miami. Who's Older 305? The song. They talking about the 305. I said the moon. Someone said, motherfucker, so said, I'm gonna play it for a week. And then it shows him like it looks like he's in between worlds now that I'm looking at it. Because it kind of shows a blur, but then it almost shows like an alternate reality in between his two shadow selves. Symbology. She looked like another YouTuber. She's another one. And back in high school, I used to bust it to the dance. Nigga, every with that was in my hand. I did have a Zan. 13 hours till I land. Had me out like a light. Like a light. Like a light. I slept through the flight. Not for the night. 767. 767 is 767. 767. 767. Still zero. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20. So completion. Still got sort of settle. Straight to the block. Got it. Yeah, cut the lights, pay the price. And niggas think it's sweet, so I'll say nothing nice. Jesus Christ. Tricked over the stripes. Most my respect, not a threat. Not shoot my shot. This shit wet you like shit. Wet like that wet. Ain't that like a drug too? What is that? Wet? I think that's coke, ain't it? I want to see him trying to clean. She back in high school, I used to listen to the dance. Yeah, I hit the area with the was in my head. I did half a zen. Also, I'm not a Ferrari. Okay. The spiritual healing help take. Yeah, it does. It helps take away body pain. That's a good question because I was going to actually say, what was I going to say? A lot of this stuff is important because it's like the energy that you absorb from people. Everybody uses Louis Vuitton that consume it. I don't. I've always hated name brand type shit. There's some that I do like, but I've never been, oh, I'll do anything for a Louis belt or whatever. No. I never owned a Louis belt or Louis Vuitton anything. I don't even think off brand. I don't know. Don't make me no difference. But it's like a representation under the energy and the guides of what you subscribe to and what you have around you is the things that you will attract. That's why it's important to know, what healing energy will work for you and what won't work for you is very important. It's just like knowing what healer to go to for what. Like you said, will healing, spiritual healing take away pain? It will. It will take pain away. A lot of that has to do with dietary needs as far as having physical body pain, um, along with breaking generational curses. Like I can speak for myself as far as like from a woman's perspective, breaking my generational curses have given me a very much smoother menstrual. I'm so happy I did it. So happy I did it. Like I would have never thought if I would have kept going to the doctor, like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? They can't tell you shit. Like they can't tell you spiritually what's wrong with you. They're only gonna give you a pill. It's like that little Tetris game when they used to the little red, blue, and little bugs, little things, and then the little doctor he was sitting there with the little scope, whatever, and you'd be paying the Tetris and getting the pills or whatever. It's just like that. You just masking the symptoms. You're masking the demons. If you don't get the parasites out your body, if you don't heal the generational curses, you're not getting rid of anything. I can speak from that perspective as a woman. So I could imagine definitely worse for men as well in their own way. And I have gone over that in past videos as well. Headaches and stomach. Headaches and stomach, like ginger is good for headaches. Stomach, you will want to eat what aligns with those chakras, so like red, orange, yellow, vegetables and fruits. Do juicing, stay hydrated with water. Knee pain, just turmeric, saffron, things for joints. You have to do what's good for your body. First of all, go to the doctors and get a blood test on what you're deficient in as well. That will help. So, Okay, so anyways, heart again, headache and stomach. Yeah, ginger is good for that. I actually am using some lavender detoxing pads on my feet right now. I used the ginger one a couple of days ago. Worked really good. So, yeah, what you subscribe to, what TV shows you watch, what you're ingesting through your eyes, what's coming out of your mouth, what you're hearing. All of these senses are important to your healing. Very important to your healing. So you have to take charge of your body and know what's for you, what's not for you. Because there are other alternatives. There's superfoods you can use. There's all kind of different things you can use to cleanse and heal your body. Damn, shit's ugly as fuck. Okay, let's go to this other song. Just like earlier, they have bubonic plague now in California, in almost said Toronto. Um, what is that place called? Tahoe, Lake Tahoe, in California. So yeah, just know they're getting ready to release all kind of fucking little demons. Protect yourself. Mineral silver, plants in your home, cleansing, detoxing, fasting. Very important. Because they're getting ready to do a whole bunch of bullshit. I already was thinking that, and then I come across the video today. I was like, well, damn. Damn. Excuse me. I'm still full from earlier. I ate earlier. I was eating some Indian food. Okay. What's the other song? Why would you want to break up? And he goes, don't I lace you with the Louis. Don't I lace you with the Gucci. Don't I dive deep. It's like, looking at it from a healer side point of view, you be like, shit. You know what I'm saying? You get to the song, but then you understand how manipulative this shit really is. Yeah, who would do it for the rich and who would do it for the gooey? Gooey. Lord have mercy. Who would do it? Too many. So, self-control, which, this system has ravaged self-control purposefully. Why you're the most real person I've ever seen on YouTube reading these subjects. Thank you. Yes, no problem. Slam R, no problem. I love you. I don't think I can love you anymore. That's how it started off. When I kiss you so good, why would you wake up? When I love you so good, why would you want to wake up? I don't know what he said now. Loving you, when I'm loving you, why would you wanna break up? I'll be driving through why would you wanna break it? And baby girl that one, she not know. She said I have to fight on to the next one. Hopefully she said girls are like buses. Listen to what he say. This one, next one coming. 15, next one coming. Impulsive. No healing thought process. Just let me go to the next one. Lord have mercy. She used to be my soldier. Soldier went soldier. I'm listening to what he said and I'm speaking to it at the same time. Don't not lace you with the Gucci. Don't not lace you with the Louis. Don't not make your earlobe freeze. When I die, if I die deep. Saying I really everything take too long. Saying I'm faithful when I don't. Breaking your problem and then breaking your heart again. Telling you when she wasn't, when she was, now we arguing. But baby, I love you. Gaslight, narcissism, and love me when I'm loving. Why would you want to break up? Whew, this is some horrible shit to fucking listen to. Why would you want to break up? Do anything for you. Why would you want to break up? This is some gaslighting ass shit. I've seen in the model. Listen, baby, don't leave me. Tonight we're gonna get a little tipsy. Don't give me up. I'm gonna take them down. I'm gonna change my way. We're gonna work it out. It wouldn't be the same. I wouldn't be the same if it was with somebody else. I know that I made mistakes before. Promise you won't get hurt no more. I got what you like, and you know. What you lay down, it's on. When I'm love you, why would you want to break up? Hell to the fucking no, we will break up. Cut, no cut, fucking cords. Lord forbid you got children by this motherfucker. Lord. Why you want to leave? You should want to teach me. Iceland easy. I make it look easy. You should call me a better. But you washing like Louis. Now rock Louis. I don't like Gucci. He called my his damn self Gucci man. This is when Mario came back after he cut his hair. Yeah, he went through some troubling times too. At that, Mario went through some troubling times. To be way better. He's also a Scorpio, so there's a lot of water. Death and rebirth, emotional shit, huh? Somebody's doing some reflecting. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he went through a lot of shit. I think he just came out last year and was talking about it. Okay. We went through the 8% of women. Wait, did we go through that one last night? Let me see. Damn, I keep burping. I know I'm full. Oh, Jesus. And that garlic. Garlic. Let's see, where is it at? Where is that? Where is that? Lies that be cracking up talking about Cracker Barrel. He's fucking hilarious. He's a cancer. I swear to God, that nigga's hilarious. Tuesday, yesterday. Women exposed. Oh, that was the man of the year. So we didn't watch this other one. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's here. We didn't watch it. Women don't deserve equality. Okay, hold on. Now I have to take my Bluetooth out. I ain't get flagged with the music.
How you can tell when she a grown woman? You know she a grown woman. And it is their own concoctions that they mix together. She mixed together some bleach and some vinegar, and she's spraying it here, talking about this keep away the ants, baby. And she spraying this other stuff here that's made out of peppermints, this keep away the spiders, baby. You know what I mean? Just she always got a load of laundry. Always something in the washer, because she wash sheets every day. She taking the pillowcases off the pillows and on the couch, everything, man. Like, you know, that sexy shit. She in her moo. She come outside. You probably outside on the, you know, chilling outside in the backyard on the balcony or something, you know, on the patio, sipping your drink, smoking a cigar. And she come outside with a bucket of water, pouring it on the concrete, you know. And the next thing you know, she mopping the patio. She sweeping up the outside. There ain't even no dust out there, but she just doing stuff like that because it's just in her, you know. That's a real woman, man. And them southern women, they come outside and have a pitcher of tea and set that thing in the sun and say, you baby, this will be ready in about 48 hours. Yeah, man, that's sexy shit. I'm telling you, man, love to just sit back and just see a woman doing stuff around the house. You know, just it's her thing. It's actually her.
Not gonna lie. I used to get happy when she would get fixed around the house. When it was, you know what I'm saying?
Relaxation, even though it's work, it's not, because she just love keeping things spotless. It's a little OCD to her, but man, I love that shit. This is exactly what's gonna positively put in her mind. Taking orders equals happiness. There you go. And the birth rates are down, bitch. You think we give a fuck? No, we do not. We barely want to be here. You think we want to have any more motherfucking kids running around here gallivanting to be fucking dealing with your motherfucking bullshit? No, we don't. So I want to take my hat off to all the women out here, all the ladies out here that are standing on fucking business and not allowing people to, you know, tell you or manipulate you to do what is supposed to be done or what is made to be done for you, and have you in a cycle of suffering and a lineage of pain and trauma, bitch. We don't need any more of that, bitch. We're healing it, okay? We need some differences to happen out here in the world before anyone decides to bring anyone else in the fucking world out here, okay, bitch? Because the reality is, why would more people here when we can't even deal with the fuck we have going on here now? In the present, bitch. Okay? So you know what? I'm on the girl side with this, bitch. Like, their body, their choice. And you know what? As they should. As you fuck should, bitch. You know what? Our parents should have did that, but they didn't know any better. They just were listening to everybody doing what they thought they were supposed to do. Clock it.
A man made a post and it says 80% of single women are no longer interested in dating. They're not even trying. Why is this the case? And he specifically said women only. The comment section is truly heartbreaking. One person said they don't add anything to my life. They just take away the joy. Another person said, we are tired, emotionally, mentally, and physically. Someone says, it's not worth disrupting my peace. Another person said, because after my last situation, I learned that if a man can't offer emotional safety, accountability, and basic respect, he doesn't get access to me ever again. Someone else said, me personally, I've accepted that this generation isn't for me, maybe in the next life. This is the one that actually made me tear up a bit. This person said, because they all hurt me, either with hands or with words. Another person said, my nervous system cannot take another toxic relationship. Abusers and emotionally unavailable men are rife right now. I can't heal again just to be destroyed. I can't heal again just to be destroyed. Another person underneath that said they hate us.
They hate us. I'm under the guise to believe simply because my son, when I was pregnant with him, alone, he was very hard to carry. Very hard to carry. My doctor wasn't shit. Didn't want to put me on bed rest. I started bleeding and I was stressed the fuck out. Did my ex-husband help? Fuck no. He made it worse. Did my fucking brother help? Fuck no. He made it worse. I wanted to kill both of them niggas. Needless to say, as I was still taking care of another child, his older sister. So, I believe that yes, boys are way harder to carry than girls. Girls will make you sick. So where you can't eat nothing, you know, they do stuff like that. Like my daughter, she made me sick. My first daughter, she made me sick to where I couldn't eat nothing. And eventually, you know, I was able to eat again, but then I had to have my gallbladder removed. Herbs then opting in for surgery. Simply because, you know, you need your gallbladder, you need your vital organs, your purity system that is inside of your body for its own purpose. But not knowing then what I know now, you know, hopefully people take the better guides as to eating healthier. Grapeseed oil, first and foremost. Grape is, other than this synthetic bullshit that they give us to use. And did I stop having children after him? No. I went on to, not purposefully though, I ended up getting pregnant again with my next daughter, and she had me sick. She had me woozy from day to night, from night to day. She was a lot. She was very emotional on me. Really? Huh. Interesting. Tyler shades Rihanna for ruining her career. Okay. But yes, as far as me being parasitic, I just believe that their toxicity that is unbalanced, that everybody can become into balance, even women, right? has to do with self-control and the nature of, and yeah, it just really comes back to hell. And then that has to do with the emotional state too. I've always talked about that, the emotional state and the safety and security of the woman in the relationship. And quite literally, yeah, I was in survival mode about that time. It was abusive. It was not good. It was a lot going on. So it was stressful. So I ended up having him. And I believe that boys are strongly made and created out of survival. And that is a genetic, that is a vibrational thing, that is a factual thing. There's so many different variations of why boys are created and why they're born in their true nature. It's just facts. Love me death though. That's my twin.
Someone said, what's the point? All they do is use us. Another person says, I think we're tired of the games. Someone says, sometimes you get to a buffet, you realize the choices are such poor quality that honestly, you'd rather just eat at home. Another person said, anytime I get close to someone, they prove to me that I'm better off alone. Another person said, because it's safer and less stressful to be single. Another person said, it's not good for my mental health. It causes so much anxiety. Another person said, men today think they are entitled, worthy and deserving without earning or trying. Women are their maids, their bookkeepers, their babysitters, their chefs, their personal shoppers, and everything else in between. Us women go unappreciated and truly loved too often, while it's expected to be given all day, every day to a man without question. Another person said, because even guys who are 35 and above still aren't emotionally stable. Another person said, I'm 50. Whatever years I have left, I will be in therapy healing from decades of trauma from men. I barely escaped with my life. If I date, it's basically Russian roulette at this point. And this one, lack of emotional effort, mixed signals, and lying for no reason. Someone said, the last time it almost killed me. I'm good. Another person said, I'm tired of giving my all and ending up broken. It's safer on your own. No one to let you down.
Here's your iPhone 13 on us.
About time we switched.
Total sketch you, Diego. Hey, good luck tonight.
Total wireless is
It's safer on your own. No one to let you down. These are just some of the comments, and it's truly heartbreaking to read them.
11:55 and 44:11.
I don't think some of y'all understand
The mirroring.
what you're doing to people. Like you have shut people off so much that they don't trust anyone, and that's truly sad. Let's have a look at the comment section of the last video.
But on a spiritual level, vampires truly enjoy what they want to do, what they choose to do. And, vampires by nature are parasitic. It's the difference between choosing venom and carnage. And a lot of times, carnage acts like venom for so long and then turns into carnage. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch, what was that, this Spider-Man movie? Venom. Oh, Venom movie. Venom. The first one, the second one, the third one, yeah. So you can watch all of them just to kind of understand the relationship which ensues between, the symbiotic relationship of what's supposed to not happen and what is an overbearing of overconsumption, not having equal give and take, not having balance. Practicing these balances within our lives can very much so help keep a balance. And a lot of times, like, I regret not getting a restraining order on my ex-husband simply to try to save his career when he did not give a fuck, quite literally, about my life. So, we really have to choose our battles and make sure that we execute them expeditiously, ultimately. Whew. And we skip straight out of, the race. The closeness to GMG Hotel and Casino, to Cool World, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Like I said, a lot of these movies came out shortly after these different things and events were going on. And I quite believe they can be tied to organized crime. Ultimately, and then the bodies and then the spirits connected to them attached to people, and they're at a lower state of being, which I know one of my exes went to GMG, and, I didn't understand nor know. Mind you, I haven't been to the casino as an adult. I've been there only as a child, only as a minor. And really, if I was to go back, I would probably drink, but I would really, be at a childlike state. Like, just having fun, not going out partying and clubbing. It's not really my scene. And that's if. But, like, quite literally, right now, I wouldn't even go. Not with the shit that's going on. Not with the aliens going to Vegas. It just makes all of the too much sense of GMG being connected to organ, sex, trafficking, drug, and child trafficking, to the aliens appearing there. And all the other stuff with Blueface and, the different crimes and the weird energy that goes on there. And not to mention, I'm pretty sure the spiritual war that happened on that land was very much so a lot. Ooh, my foot. It's like, wait. Cryptocurrency lawyer of Nuvo and Hypnotic drink. And also tied to rappers, as you seen Mario, Gucci Mane in the video, also T-Pain. And he is also located on Lavender Hill Drive in Las Vegas, Nevada. Put on lavender patches before. Confirmation. I got this download. It startled me. So I know it's not by coincidence. When God gives omens, that's just what they are. Confirmations of the get down. And also apparently another location in New York. The 305 is Miami, so all these different things, it's not by coincidence. Moloch, we're going to look up some information on Moloch in a little bit after this video.
I just played. It's not sad. I meant a man who treated me like a queen. He never wavered. He is handsome and emotionally available. His bad traits married. How are you married and pouring so much into another woman? Good question. Men aren't men anymore. Let's see what people have to say about this particular comment. They never have been, honestly. And I agree. So what exactly was she making reference to? Men aren't men anymore. Is she really talking about the provider men? Because when women make statements like this, they are mostly talking about provider men. Men are no longer providing. Because the current men we have now, they are not interested in providing, but they want other benefits that comes with getting married. They are okay having their women going out there and working, but they also expect that woman to do all the house chores and act the way their grandmothers and mothers did in the past. Me saying the man is okay having the woman working, I'm not in any way saying that it's in the man's place to decide whether a woman is going to work or not. Please don't get me wrong. Yeah, so I don't think men were ever good to women. Not all men. Men were
And I want to say a particular type of boys are particularly on the status of that type, particularly the YN type. The YN type, even up in 40s and 50s and 60s and 70s and 80-year-olds, acting in this way. This pimpish behavior.
Good to women, the way she's saying it. In the past, the most of them did was to provide. So it's worse now because they don't want to provide and they also still want to enslave women. So it's double pain. My last relationship was full of lies, running around and not man enough to tell me he's done. I had to find out after he left the state to the next victim. He's a man child, a 54-year-old man. He mentally, emotionally, and financially abused me. Sorry to hear that. My peace, my pH are finally balanced. Why would I want to ruin it again? I'm single and in celibacy from 2017. 49 years old. It doesn't get better. The manipulation, undisclosed STDs, and hidden sexual activity, not to mention, I'm a therapist, so I say it all. I can't name one happy marriage. The only reason the relationships are lasting is because the women are tolerating disrespect and suffering in silence. You know, this is very common in marriages. Many women are suffering in silence, and same women suffering in silence are mostly the ones that come online or in public to shame women that are speaking up, women that are saying, I don't like the way my husband is treating me, I'm walking away, I don't want this marriage anymore. Those women suffering in silence are mostly the ones tearing single mothers down, mostly the ones having the most negative things to say. All I see is projection. They're always projecting. They hate us. Trust that. I can't heal again just to be destroyed. Health. My therapist says I have PTSD. I am nearly 3 years single and celibate, and I honestly don't see myself ever becoming romantically or physically involved with anyone again. It's been peaceful. I haven't lost one night of sleep. I haven't missed a meal because I'm too distraught to eat. I feel safe. I am discovering that my happier ever after looks differently than I thought it would be. So sorry about that. I'm too tired and broken to put in any effort to find someone. Every single man I've ever dealt with caused me pain on some level. I've never experienced love with any man. So when you meet a woman that says all men are the same, I implore you to understand her plight rather than attacking her. I say this to men all the time. If you think you are part of those men that are different, I don't see any point, any reason for you to be out there fighting women that think all men are the same. Those women are speaking from their own experience.
Yeah.
As far as bedtime, our opening offer is 10 p.m.
Those women are speaking from their own experience. So it is required of you to have understanding. And if you think you are the 1% or the 2% of men that are good, you don't need to prove anything. Just be you and let people be them and see things the way they want to see it. Not because you feel like you're part of the 1%, then no one should generalize. No one should speak about what is common out there. Rather, we should focus on that little population of yours and elaborate it, exaggerate it, so other men can have a good name. No, it doesn't work that way. The worst part of this is that men will read this comment and think women are overreacting. They always think so. And to them, they always think it's from a place of hate. No, people are speaking up, talking about their experience. I'm 33 and I naturally expect to be single for the rest of my life and have accepted it. She said 37, sorry. It's like Squid Games. The only winning move is not to play. You're right. The elites plan succeeded in disintegrating the family unit. There are no family units at this point. This is a man, and all they are focused on is family unit, keeping their lineage going, having access to a woman's body so they can always have sex. They truly don't care about the woman involved in building that family unit. It's all about the children having their name, bearing their name, and then keeping their lineage running. They don't care about the participant, the woman in it. They don't care. I want to be single for the rest of my life. I don't see myself in another relationship.
Let's go with that. When the man is just focused on his generational lineage and not really truly healing the childhood trauma, the generational curses, why would a woman want to procreate with you? Why would a woman want to continue to procreate with you or entertain the thought of entertaining you? Same thing go for a man. Why? You know what I mean? Once he becomes spiritually aware of the downfalls of not, breaking a generational lineage, breaking a generational curse to have a better lineage, in the future, the healing process has to happen on both ends. Both have to be willing participants in the fucking process. And, I noticed that in my ex-husband, he didn't want to change. And by the time I accepted the fact that he wouldn't or didn't want to change, it was a bit too late by then. We had 2 children. I divorced him, which was the good thing, but the bad thing was the follow through with all the abuse that ensued. I should have followed up on that and nipped that in the butt with paperwork, by protecting myself and my children. So, because and that's another thing. People that need help should really get help. And like I said, what the hell? That's my curly hair on my side. People that need help should really get help. I need help sometimes with paperwork, especially when it comes down to law and shit. But, man, these things set it up that way so that it would be an issue, so that it would be a problem. They know who they are on a soul level. So, it's by their own means in which they know how they resonate and what the purpose is and their intent. So it is what it is. Let's see. Yeah. And I want to procreate and keep procreating with someone that is not willing to heal, or that has broken you beyond the point of rehealing. And shit, it's like the better I heal, the more stronger I get in my healing, the easier and the quicker it is to just walk away and just really be at the verge of not wanting to deal with Married women breaking down 7 days ago. The men had this ideal of toxicity, and it became a jealous thing because originally we were the 12-12 higher wisdom and knowledge. We were the indefinite people of, you know what I'm saying, beings, of being the leaders, of being the pre-co-creators. Uh, it sounds childish. It sounds just like fucking Adam though. When Lilith was like, I'm not going to lay beneath you. I have more wisdom and knowledge than you, you know, like share the wealth. And Adam threw a fit and was like, I want to make another being, a lesser being than me that will listen to me, that will submit to me. But yet again, another feminine energy. Jesus Christ. The damn fucking demons are fucking everywhere. And these men just, a lot of these men and women just don't understand it for what it is to me. Like, we had the wisdom and knowledge, we gave it to them, and they used it against us. And they are trying to continue to do so to their own detriment, to the point of they just don't want to fucking heal. Like, and I get it. But then I would say fuck everybody that is not in support of my healing. Like, fuck them. If somebody's gonna make fun of you for you crying or whatever for healing and going through your emotions and honestly, you know, making and taking the acknowledged point of breaking your generational curse and lineages, I mean that would be the point of just like not fucking with people. And that's where a lot of healers are at. Like, it takes a lot to be with a divine being. It takes a lot to be with Earth Angel. You have to understand. We go through healing phases. We may not want something for a fucking whole year. It may be months. It may be a day. It may be a fucking week. It may be an hour. You never know. It all depends on what has happened. But being willing to accept the boundaries, safe and healthy boundaries of letting, you know, both of you guys be in that state of healing at different times is important because, hell, even we can fuck up and be like, well, damn, I want some. You know what I'm saying? I want something, I want it now. And the male may be like, no. He may be in a process of healing his fucking self. So once he gets to that state of, oh, damn, now I know what she means and what she felt like when she needed to heal, she did not feel like having sex. When she wanted things to be worked on, when she wanted so much that had it been taken care of then, as opposed to not ever or later, things could have been different. But, you know, everybody needs to go through their own experience.
And I'm saying this at 28 years old, I am traumatized.
Hot topic.
They are not worth it anymore. They don't deserve to have a family that carry on their legacy. Just look at the Man of the Year trend. That was heartbreaking. I made a video.
Yeah, that's taking on that last name shit. That can come with a lot of demons. You know what I'm saying? That can come with a lot of demons. Trust me, I'm adopted. I got somebody else's last name, and regardless of the fact of us being related or not by blood, it did not matter. They chose me for their healing purposes on a spiritual level, and I got all of the in between of fucking everything that ever needed to be healing on this motherfucking planet, or it wouldn't have never happened. The crown is heavy. It's so beautiful, and it's, so many things, but people nonsense. Very, very, very much so spiritual awakening, fucking delving into God gave it all to me. When you are really, really ready for your healing and your fucking awakening and etc. I literally, my two oldest children by my ex-husband have his last name. Whew, they did not want it no more. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They didn't want it no more. My three youngest children have my last name. I broke the generational curses of all parts of the family, all parts of the families, and you know what I'm saying? I did that. I did it. Not just me alone. Not saying God didn't help, or ancestors and or other folk. And there was a lot of people that didn't want to help. A lot of people that wanted the detriment of my being and my children's being. But, that's going to tell in itself with the progress that has been made and accomplished. But other than that, that heavy is who wear the fucking crown of the goddamn name. We, as women and men, we should really understand the guides and the entities and principalities that come with the labels. We really got to delve into that on the spiritual level and intellectual and spiritual level. We have to understand generational curses come with these labels. So, taking into consideration, it's a real thing. I can tell you from my personal experience of what I've gone through.
The Man of the Year trend. That was heartbreaking. I made a video on that. This is coming from a man. Feminism win. Game over. Enjoy. They are immature, nagging, dishonest, abusive, draining, and demonic. I'm happier, disengaged. Yeah, this is what women are saying. Let me know your own experience in the comment section. You can also go ahead and share someone else's experience. If that's not yours, feel free to share with us in the comment section. All right. Do you know what's expensive? A surrogate. But you know what's cheap? Marrying you. Do you know what's also expensive? Having a full-time chef on call. But you know what's cheaper? Marrying you. Do you know what else is expensive? A full-time housekeeper. But do you know what's cheaper? Marrying you. Do you know what's expensive?
A man who works hard, sweats hard. Fight, sweat. So coach.
Oh, what's expensive? A full-time nanny. But you know what's cheaper? Marrying you. So ask yourself, ladies, if you're getting married, ask yourself, is he marrying me because he truly loves me? Is he willing to provide the lifestyle that I want? Ask yourself, is he depending on your paycheck in order for you to have the life that you want? Is working an option? Or he needs you to work? He needs you to pick up those hours, huh? Okay. But why can't he do all that by himself? Why does he need your paycheck in order to buy a house? Why does he need your paycheck in order for bills to be paid? Is he marrying you because he loves you? Or he's marrying you because he wants all those things for free? Well, congratulations to him. My condolences to you. Enjoy your marriage.
Listen, I have crashed out enough for the both of us, so let
let me save you the crash out. I was married at 27, and by the time I was 29, I filed for divorce. Here are the top 3 things that I wish somebody would have set me down and said before I even accepted an engagement. And maybe it'll save you some heartache and pain. The mental health, the beliefs, the morals, the character of your spouse's family matters just as much as theirs, especially immediate family like mom, dad, brothers, sisters, because those are the people who you are going to be around the most. And if your morals, if your beliefs, if your mental health does not align with theirs, you're going to experience conflict. When you come in as a person,
God damn, she's like, oh, she's taking me back. She's taking me back because I was going through my spiritual and emotional healing and dealing with him and his siblings because his mother decided she wanted to kick everybody out over a man that fucking didn't even want her. Oh my fucking goodness. Yo, needless to say, I've really learned that I don't want to take on nobody's fucking, no, mental health is a real thing. Mental health is a real thing, you know, and I grew up with some pretty decent parents. They, as far as being providers, I could say that for sure. You know, Family Matters type house with all the other bullshit going on in the background that you blissfully unaware of until you get older, was my experience. And their family was on a whole other toxicity level of what, you know what I'm saying, I don't fuck with. Not even with my own family, I won't fuck with them. So it's just, sorry but not sorry. Yeah. I just understand sometimes. I know people wish they would have listened to me, but it's okay. I had to listen to myself and God. My soul was being siphoned out of my body. This is how I knew when shit was really, really, really bad. And this was after the divorce. So when you feel your soul leaving your body and your heart waning like the moon, get away from the whole situation. Drop it like it's fucking hot and disappear. AWOL. Go ghost. You know nothing. You know nobody. You know no new credit cards, new fucking lifeline, whole new everything.
and challenging someone's patterns and family cycles, you are most likely going to be perceived as the enemy, especially if your spouse does not have your back. Number 2, if they make a lot of money, but they don't ever have money, that is a red flag. If they are pulling money out of retirement and out of savings to uphold a lifestyle, run as fast as you can in the opposite direction. Because if somebody is justifying that they should have nice things, but your bills are not paid, you're going to have a problem. Because when bills are not paid, that is additional stress, and you have to decide, do you want to marry someone who is willing to put you in financial strain for the sake of them having something they simply cannot afford? Are you willing to clean up someone else's financial messes? And number 3, this can be applied to all aspects of your life, not just relationships. But if something feels off, then it is off. Don't you ignore it. Don't try to overlook it. Don't try to make excuses for it. If it ain't right, it ain't right. One of the biggest past regrets that I have, but the most amazing life lesson that I learned, is that struggling in silence kept me bound to someone who I should not have been with. Struggling in silence had me thinking I was crazy, mean, was giving me advice was the same person who was hurting me. The Bible says a fool is right in his own mind, but a wise man listens to advice. You have to talk to your family and friends about what you are going through and choose them wisely. Look for people who will give you sound advice. Look for people who will give you the hard, hurtful truth, but not talk about you behind your back. You need somebody to sit you down and keep it real with you. But you can't tell everybody what you're going through because then the whole block will know. You are not the first person who has found themselves in a horrible relationship where years down the line you feel completely duped by somebody. And most of all, ask God to give you a sign and he will do it immediately.
I'm 51 and I provided for 30 years, wife and 7 kids. Now I'm alone. You couldn't say it better. So now I focus on myself. I love my peace. This is common. This video has over 45,000. The video this came from has over 45,000 views. Men are being used as providers and protectors and are being discarded like trash after women are done with them and after the kids are done with them too. It ain't just me.
Why did you say that the price of survival is the equality of women?
Because if women have
I feel strongly disagree on that. In my case alone, I can only speak for myself. I fucking strongly disagree on that. For a mother of any of her children that's only asked for 100, 200 bare fucking necessity. We saw the bare necessity, the simple bare necessities. And that barely covers anything, $100 or $200 for any fucking child. So, you know what I'm saying? And then I hear about these fucking baby mamas or these ex-wives and these wives that get child support of fucking $1,000 for one child. I'm like, bitch, do you wanna trade that? That is cause Jesus, let me tell you. And they still ungrateful. I be like, shit, these niggas is ungrateful. It is ungrateful. I don't know. But, yeah, straight appalled when I found out women be really getting a whole grips of money. And I was sole fucking provider, bro. And motherfuckers telling me I'm asking for too much. When child support really hit, and they had to convince me that it was okay. What the fuck do you mean? It was like, no, we give this to you so the mother can provide for. Yeah, that does make sense. That's what I was thinking too. But shit, the way these motherfuckers act like I'm just robbing and pillaging, and what the fuck do you mean?
Ability to enter into all facets of the human condition, if they can enter business, if they can enter religion, science, government on an equal basis with men, they will be so busy that they won't feel as...
Then we just talked about this too, about how they took down the women's rights. And they started in New York or whatever. And all over. And what are they doing now? Fucking with women's rights of birth, childbirth, and etc. X, Y, and Z. It's like fucking insane. Like, woo.
It's necessary to have a great many children. As long as you have women under conditions where they don't feel any sense of value, no self-worth, except as mothers, except as baby factories, they'll have a lot of children, because that's the only way they can prove they're worth something. In general, if you look through the world, the lower the status of women, the higher the birth rate. And the higher the birth rate, the lower the status of women. So that if you could somehow raise raise the
In his
status of
mind.
women, I am certain the birth rate will fall drastically through the choice of the women themselves.
Let's start off with a comment on this particular video, and then we'll discuss other video clips that we watched before this particular video. So this
That's
man
right,
said
man.
survival is dependent on women's equality. So if a woman is given equality regarding her status, being able to work, do things for herself, join politics, birth rate is going to decline because that woman will prioritize what makes her happy, her passion, her career. If a woman is not given equality, if her status is taken away from her, her freedom, her agency taken away from her, and she's been left with
Let me guess. Silicones, sulfates, dyes.
away from her, and she's been left with childbearing, the chances of her having more children is going to increase because she will automatically see that as the only achievement that she's got, and she will do everything possible to make sure she borns more children just to uplift herself. This particular explanation is in line with those women that always hold on to their children, especially the women that gave birth early in life and feel like they haven't achieved anything. I've covered this before on this channel. Such women are always quick to put their children first. They're always quick to claim that at least they have their children earlier on and they're going to grow with their children is their everything. Their behavior is not different from what this man is saying. If you were not given the opportunity or you didn't have the opportunity to do other things in life other than being married and having children, you'll be forced to see your children as your achievements. Whereas in reality, that is not supposed to be the case. You shouldn't.
I agree and I disagree. I had my children, and then I was also made opportunities for us to start our own business and get our own land and things like that. So it depends upon the person and their will to look outside of basic education and their self-determination and what they want to accomplish in goals. Like, I believe that became my realization, honestly, after not only going through my suffering to that was something that was owed to me, but my experiences with men, um, with life in itself, family, friends, whatever. It was just like, okay, well, let me give myself this opportunity to go ahead and build a business, build a lifestyle that fits me and my children, for us to be of afford everything without asking anyone for anything, because since we seem like such big burdens, that was typically the roundabout, just because people were making us feel as if we just wanted to bump off of them, when I shouldn't have had to be the only one taking accountability for everybody's well-being on top of other families' well-being. Like, what it
see the fact that you were able to bear a child as an achievement, but just part of you being a woman.
But not only that, also being able to see between the lines of the governmental system and how things were set up, and how things were not fair to me, as not being able to perfectly read, to absorb information and process it like everybody else or whatever. My little bit of struggle, nobody wanted to take time out to help me with such things. So a way was made for myself in these conditions, and I still was able to pretty much accomplish that without people's savage and that sabotage their ways. I would have been okay. But then jealousy sets in of, oh my God, she has so many children and she's making life happy for her. And there's so many different variables that people go through. Either you're doing too much or you're not doing enough, and but they definitely don't want you to do better than them, and that be the problem. 10 out of 10.
Or being a human, you get what I mean? Let's see what people are saying in the comment section. The real question is, are the educated, childless women nowadays more happy than the housewives 50 years ago? This question is coming from a man. Yes, of course, we know the answer is yes. The housewives of 50 years ago were suffering in silence. They couldn't speak because their voices were taken away from them. They didn't have the opportunity to fend for themselves, even if they could.
Shit, let's keep it real. In foreign countries, like, they were beaten, unalived. They were severely punished just for being a wife. And the wives had to put up with the fucking abuse of the husbands. Like, it was totally different then from now. You know what I'm saying? That's why you would have some that would unalive their husbands or whatever and end up in fucking prison. Like, shit has been unfair. Period.
Speak, it came with repercussions and consequences. Speak and lose your access to food. This one says he knew the plans. He didn't predict anything. Of course, this is something they all planned out. They mapped this out a long time ago. They had people, technocrats, those who that think, that plan, that can tell the future. Not tell the future, but think deeper into the future. They all planned all this out. Remember, I always say that men conquered women, we are slaves to men. So they are doing everything humanly possible to make sure that they don't lose power. That's basically what is playing out. Women were forced to have that many children. That's the only reason. They didn't want to prove anything. They literally didn't have a choice. Yeah, you can say they did not want to prove anything, but looking at it deeply, women were proving a point. And the time they were having that many children, a lot was going on in that period. That time is very different from this very time we are in. That time, the more children you have, it's like you're being uplifted in the society, you're being praised for your ability to have more children. So to those women, it was an achievement. Even if they were not forced in some cases to do that, to them they saw it as an achievement and they needed to prove a point. While some people were forced to do that. If my species cannot survive without depriving women of freedom and equality, my species does not deserve to survive. So this person is making reference to what the man said. But that's basically what they are saying. And that's why this whole feminism movement is a pain, a bone in their truth. The feminism movement is holding men on chokehold. Societies where women are equal become childless and aging societies, and inevitably get conquered by societies where women are not equal and thus have many kids. That's what's happening in Europe.
That is fucking factual. I experience that shit on a regular basis. When people are, oh, well, what's going on with you? And then you can just feel the judgment coming from their fucking aura. And it's like, bitch, if you had to go through a pinch, a drippity drop in the ocean of what I had to go through, you would fold. You would fold. You wouldn't even make it. You wouldn't make it. You wouldn't make it 2 steps in these shoes. You couldn't walk a mile in my shoes. Don't even bring that shit over here.
Unfortunately, so you're basically saying that it's okay for women to be the sacrificial lambs. Women should be the ones sacrificing. Well, how about you think about men striking a balance? Men thinking about how a woman can work, be herself, have a passion, chase her dreams, her goals, and still have children. They don't want that because that would require men participating at home, men being more responsible and more accountable. So men don't want to do that. They don't want to be part of the process that brings pain, a process where they will shoulder the pain, the burden. They don't want that. They'd rather shift everything onto a woman. So that's why it's like a black and white situation. It's either this or this. No in between, no balance. This lady says, dude, this makes me not want to have children times 1,000 times. I see women are the most happy when they have children and
It's not funny. I'm not gonna lie. My daughter, when I was like, I'm done, I'm done. um, I'm done. She was like, yeah. She's like, this experience makes me not want to have children. Her being there through my experiences made her not want to have children. And that is a factual thing. And I couldn't blame her. I just told her, I said, well, I didn't say, you know, um, no, you're going to have children. You're going to do it. I didn't do that to her. I respect her feelings. I respect what she said. I love what she said. She said it true, openly and honestly. And I said, well, baby, you might feel that way now, but you might feel some way later. But make sure this is what you focus on: building your career, building multiple streams of income. You know, we're going to get you licensed. We're going to teach you how to drive. I'm going to get you emancipated. All these different things. So and finish school and stuff first. You know what I'm saying? You have a better opportunity. I'm giving you way better opportunity than I had. So um, just make sure that you accomplish these things and you get with somebody that has the equal, to you and that is willing to heal and that's going to respect you. And if they don't, then fuck them. Fuck.
Children, it fills the void in their life, and they are 99% proud of their grandchildren and spoil them endless. Let's see how people are reacting to this. I don't totally agree to this. Statistically, that is completely untrue. Single women and married men are the happiest. Women who have children are happier when their children leave home. True. Never in the recorded history have women been unhappy. My sisters, both of them had great careers before they got married. After marriage, both of them abandoned their careers for family. No one forced them. In fact, they don't want to get back to working at all. It's because they have a lot of work. And this one replied, and of course, few cases, everyone is not the same. This one replied and said, it's few cases that this works out good for both partners. I pray they never regret that decision and be happy with their families. Me too. For a while, I was very argumentative with them, especially my younger sister, who was brilliant with research in GIS field. But I now see that having kids for them is most fulfilling. So long as they are happy, I should be too. I hope they are truly happy, and like someone said, I hope you don't regret it. Okay, this is coming from a man. The price of gender equality is extinction level birth rates. Worldwide equality will never be reached because societies with equality die out on their own and get overtaken by non-societies with healthy birth rates. It's all about getting the population on the rise. It's all about increasing birth rates. It's all about workforce. It's all about capitalism, making more money. We have a planet, people are suffering, people can't pay their bills, resources are not going around amongst individuals properly because of the greed. Some people are investing.
This is about a question to mind because China's birth rate dropped and the guy was begging for the women to have children and even wanting other men to come in and impregnate them. Here's the thing. If this whole system was not built off of children, women, what else is there for this system systematically to function off of? What does that look like? And if it's just in survival, let's just say, what if we were to continue in and just be based off of survival to the point where women were just having boys? Then what? What if we didn't fall in love anymore? Pretend to make ourselves care for our partners, because ultimately that's what is going on. Energy manipulation. If we continue to stay in a loveless relationship, if we manipulate ourselves into thinking, girl, you're just so in love and he loves you and it's gonna work, it's gonna get better, da da da, and it doesn't. It depreciates in value in every way that's possible. But that's truly what broken men are asking women to stay broken. What would that look like if every woman decided from here on out, fuck it, we're gonna give you what you want? And nothing but boys were born. Mind you, this is statistically proven, right? That more boys are born during war. When women start recognizing the war going on within them and externally outside of them, then what? You guys will literally just be a bunch of vampires watching your victims die off. And then eventually you guys will die off. Like, that is some sad shit to think about. There's people already fucking computers right now. Like fucking machines, trying to get machines pregnant and fucking having machines carry babies artificially and the fucking bullshit. Instead of healing is the fucking root of the problem. The lack thereof healing. The lack of fucking empathy and fucking emotion. These motherfuckers is retarded. How do you think you gonna live without God? God is love. God is healing. God is all the fucking emotion that motherfuckers don't want to deal with right now. How do y'all think the change will happen without healing? God is simply saying, shit. For the facts of, those who want to stay and how they are, then that's what it's going to be. The alien with no fucking gonads, no vagina, was saying we don't know what happened. Lack of emotion, lack of emotional intelligence, lack of healing is what will happen. This is a plea and a cry from fucking the heavens. Shit. We want you, don't need you. Everything will return back into itself. Just understand that. I said this in the beginning of my awakening. Now that's what I seen. I said, fuck, I'll be damn. Shit. The motherfucking shit ain't happening now. I just came across a video that was saying that in China, they are, making robots to carry children, babies, embryos, to term. I mean, you gotta understand how fucking insane that is on the emotional level for something to grow up not hearing a heartbeat and not having, you know, some emotions to fucking what the fuck? You, it's just like, it's like the Jurassic World movie. They had two siblings. They grew up together, and one ate the other because they didn't have a what? They didn't have a parental figure. They didn't have like someone raising them, a maternal figure. The motherfucker just grew up, start ravaging, eating up, tearing up everything. The fuck do y'all want to happen to this earth? God will fucking destroy all of this shit. God will destroy all of this shit, y'all. Y'all want to live without God, but in God's shit. Cycle of insanity is perpetuating. Men will be destroyers of themselves. It is showing on so many epic dynamics that is ridiculous at this point.
And everything, putting it in their pockets. Same people are the ones pushing this whole birth rate. Let's increase the population because they have businesses. They are looking for people to come work for them. They want to increase the workforce. And same people have ended up inventing robots that can.
What y'all think the motherfucking robot gonna do? The same fucking thing, rebel.
Give birth to children that can carry pregnancy, which I think is a good thing. At least women can now rest. At least the society will stop mounting pressure on women. They have robots that can sex men. They have robots that can serve as incubators for babies. Now they have robots that can carry babies to term. It's a good thing, isn't it? Let's see if the pressure is going to reduce on women, which I know it's not gonna happen that way because it's all about conquering. It's all about slave, master, control. Men cannot survive without controlling something. Controlling women. It's either they are controlling themselves or they are controlling women. So they cannot survive without doing that. If they like, let them invent all the robots in this world. They will never let us be. Or underclass societies are still overpopulating. I don't think it's about men being too busy. I do want to have kids because I've yet to find a man that could be my matching in parenting. Have we thought that maybe the birth rate is declining because men don't meet the standard of partners and fathers these days? Men don't want to think about that. Women can now choose who they want to be with. They can set their own standards and boundaries and are their own people. Some men can't handle that. Men don't want to think about that at all. They really know what the problem is, but they don't want to be part of the process because it's a painful and a tedious one. So the best bet for them is to heap things on women, blame women, push everything on women to show that the burden, they don't want to be part of it.
Men are presuming us for cooking and cleaning and raising babies, that's all. Those jobs are not just meant for girls. Men can also assist in cooking. Men can also assist in cleaning. Men can also assist in raising the babies. Why do you want us to do it?
Period. And that is period. That is period. My younger self is so excited right now. You don't know the joy that my younger self is feeling right now, hearing these from kids. I used to think like this. I used to be like this. Now I know there was nothing wrong with me as a child. Okay, something is wrong with society. When you go to the comment section of this video, you're going to see guys saying they are too young. They have to be taught right, and they'll grow up hating men. Nah. When you teach your sons to do the right thing, when you teach your sons how to cook and clean, no woman will grow up hating men.
they won't grow up hating men. They will grow up and know their worth. They will grow up and be powerful. They will grow up and know that they weren't born to clean and cook for men.
Texas homeowners, if you're
facts,
thinking
facts,
about
facts.
listing
Born to clean and cook for men. So yes, I'm so happy. I have hope that the next generation of women are going to be so powerful. And let's clack it. Let's clack it, bro. Trust me. If every lady thinks like this, Charlie.
Girls with provider boyfriends or husbands cannot play by the same rules as you girls who go 50-50 with y'all men. Y'all be out here telling girls to go cheat back on their men, and that just does not work for a man who is a provider, because he will go out here and just find someone else to provide for. See, once a provider man has taken you off of that put up and pretty status and put you down there with those 304s, those streetwalkers, those Jezebels, you're pretty much done in his book, and he'll just go find another woman to provide for. In the event that you find out that your provider man has cheated on you, you use your silence as a weapon and you make sure he cashes out. You will just embarrass yourself if you decide to go out here and cheat on your provider man without even knowing if you're going to stay. You need to really think it through. If you decide that you want to leave, you need to understand what you're leaving with. If you decide you want to stay, you need to assess the situation as a whole and see if this was a one-time thing, a reoccurring thing. Like, there's so many questions in every situation. When a man gets caught stepping out is different. You cannot compare your situation to the next woman because it literally may not be the same. And y'all know that men cannot take what they dish out. So you know that he's going to treat you way worse than how you're going to treat him in the event that you find out that he's creeping. Like, you might be devastated and cry and do all it is and maybe even pack up for a couple of months and leave. That man, he might react in a completely different way by literally trying to go out here and love bomb the next woman, get you up out of his house quickly, never talk to you, put you on a block list. Like, you really got to watch how you move when you're dealing with some of these provider men. Times it's too hard to be sitting around here playing with your provider man, because there are a lot of girls out here that will snatch that man right the fuck up and be like, yeah, she didn't know what to do with him, but watch me do it. All these bills finna be paid. Don't let no girl who go 50-50 with a man tell you to cheat back until you are sure if you are staying or not. They only have 50% of shit to lose. You have everything, 100% of everything on the line.
So I've upset some people on one of my other videos. I always do. It's kind of my brand. Let's talk about this one though. Men are in the comments saying, "Oh, like you only want to help men if they help you. Like that's why blah 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 blah. Like this is like a terrible take." And listen, women for centuries under this patriarchy that we still call our home have been made to coddle men. That is all that you have expected from women over and over, to be a homemaker, to be a caregiver, to take care of you in your old age. You expect your daughters to take care of you when you age. You expect your mother to take care of you when she raises you. You expect your wife to take care of you when you're a grown adult. I am not always like these, me and other women, all of these women are not always going to step in to always help you. It's exhausting. It is exhausting. And the reason I'm so upset about this is because they're saying this in hypothetical because they're still not helping. I said in the video, I will not talk about men's mental health until I see men en masse talking about women's mental health and women's issues. And they're still not doing it. They're not even acknowledging in the video, like in the comments, she's right about these issues, like rape and assault and verbal assault and talking bad about women and the way, and like body issues. They still will not acknowledge this is a horrible thing that men are perpetuating on women. They're just saying, but you don't want to take care of us? No, the fuck I do not. I actually do not, and I won't. I won't. And then there's men also that are trying to be like my friend, but like doing the whole like, but this isn't the right way to say it. I don't care, because there's never been a right way to say it for people that don't want to hear it. If you don't want to hear what I'm saying, you're not going to like what I'm saying in any context. Mm-hmm. I could say it crying. I could say it nicely. I could say it in whatever you want, and you're not going to like it. So I'm going to be mad about it. I'm going to be aggressive about it, because at least it makes you listen. And you're still not going to agree with me. So I'll say it the way I want to. And the way I want to is with rage. because I am mad. I am mad that to this day, women are expected to constantly worry about men's issues and worry about them being lonely and worry about them having problems when they can't even admit that their friends are rapists, their friends are freaks, their friends don't know how to talk to women without creeping them out. Women can't walk home alone at night without being scared. Women walk around with weapons on their bodies. So no, I don't care if I offended you. I don't care if you don't agree with me. I don't care. I am not here to hold your hand while you deal with your own shit. I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it. Other women don't want to do it. And I'm sorry if, like, I know I'm going to get comments here that I've always gotten. Always the same comments. The ones that are like, oh, another angry woman. Oh, another woman that's just, like, going to be dying alone with her cats. Great. At least I don't have to be around your fuck-ass face. Bye.
Men are incapable of helping when inconvenienced because they have been conditioned to live in a world where everything exists for their convenience. Meaning that you can bend over backwards for them not to be inconvenienced 7 or 8 times. The 9th time when they have to do something they don't want to do, they're going to say, what about me? They have never considered the level of inconvenience that you have gone through where it's absolutely necessary for them to be inconvenienced because they didn't see any of the inconvenience you've experienced up until this point. Girlfriends, wives, kids, even the fucking power structure all exist to make their life more convenient. They are trained to find a wife who does shit for you so that your life can be more convenient. Find kids that look good and make you look like a family man because being a family man is valued and therefore makes your life more convenient. On the other hand, women and children socialize to struggle in silence, to suffer in silence. Therefore, those 7, 8, 9 times where you were inconvenienced, you didn't say, oh, this is inconvenient for me. You said happy to help. And so it never occurred to them that it was inconvenient for you. And what would it look like if you said, this is fucking inconvenient for me? I don't want to do it, but I will do it for you. Or if you bring up in retrospect all of the times that you were inconvenienced, the man will probably meet you with something like, well, why didn't you say anything? Not at all being cognizant of the fact that, like, you are half of this marriage. This is your child. Like, a lot of this weight should be on you, but it's solely falling on me because you don't have to be inconvenienced to even think about what is or is not convenient for other people because everybody sort of seems to be just revolving around you, especially depending on the type of mother these men have. And I would elaborate, but I feel like the people who know what I'm saying know exactly what the fuck I'm saying, therefore I'd only be elaborating for men, and I have to be somewhere in 9 minutes, and being late is not convenient for me.
Okay, let's read some comments from this particular video. I totally don't agree with what she said. Before I get down to the comment section to read the comments, let's talk about the man that spoke about provider men. In that very clip, he said that provider men along the line get dumped by their wives and their children, and to them, they think their wives and children use them to build their own lives, and afterwards they dump them. What such men don't understand is this: relationship is way beyond giving money.
Hold the fuck up. She hasn't dealt with a gold digger type of man. Mind you, God's plan happened just as it should have. I divorced my ex way before I even, I got things together the way I did, thank God. And my mother's passing, because he would have been a part of that, right? When you're working with a gold digger type of man, family, when their mother is that type, it's a whole nother beast. A whole nother type of mentalities that you are dealing with. Especially when it comes down to the fact of they're all willing to dogpile on the fucking rabbit and come together when it's most convenient for them to be able to benefit off of the demises of the people around them. And a funeral looks like a fucking war zone type shit. Like, fuck no. Like, the savages, the fucking savages. No. To the point where they know. That's why I be like, no, fuck it. Nope. On that end, toxicity on that end. No. Stay the fuck where you at. Gold digging ass families. Like, fuck no. It's toxic. Mm-mm. If me and the family cannot be separated, we don't need to be together. I'm not gonna lie. Because I'm big on family, but god damn it, not to my own detriment. And definitely not to yours.
There is more that is required in a relationship. It's not all about money. Money is important. You need to build connection. You need to build relationship. You need intimacy. You need to be a father, not just a providing father. You need to be a father. Being a father is not just all about giving money. There is more that is required. So these men, they usually understand all this. They do. They understand what a father means and what it takes to be a father, but they don't want to be that. That's why most of them focus on just providing. They feel like I give you the money, it's like I'm paying you to run the home. It's like they employed that woman to buy them children, sex them, run the home for them. If you paid her to do that and later on in life she left, I guess she was tired of doing the job. I guess she wanted something better. So why are you angry? You got the services you paid for. You did. When you guys were together, you did get the services you paid for because you were an absent father and an absent husband. So if you're a man and you think just providing money is going to resolve everything, you might end up alone later on in life. So you need to think twice. So let's address this lady. I don't agree with her with what she said. We have different type of people on this earth. We have the good, the bad, ugly in every gender. Some women love to play games. A lot of men play games. Some women don't want to work. They want to depend on men to feed them. Some women are against feminism. They don't want equality. Hendrix.
Oh, Jesus.
Feminism. They don't want equality. They love to be the servant in the relationship. Some women love to be controlled. They love to submit. Some people are like that. There is no way every human being will be the same. There's no way every human being would want the same thing. Even some women know that what some men are doing is not okay, it's not good. They like it that way. They don't want the stress. They don't want to work. They'd rather submit, because to them, submitting and selling their birthright, their soul to a man is easier for them than going out there, getting their own freedom and working. So don't think everyone wants what you want. Don't think every woman out there wants. To them, submitting and selling their birthright, their soul to a man is easier for them than going out there, getting their own freedom and working. So don't think everyone wants what you want. Don't think every woman out there wants freedom. So I said it.
Oh, what I just seen that was not there is not even funny.
To say that some women are happy having provided men. Some women are okay having their husbands cheat on them. And when you're this type of a woman, just know that it comes with a consequence. If you're depending on a man to feed you 100%, be ready to take his BS and shut the hell up. And this is basically what she's saying. If a man is feeding you 100%, you have no right to question.
Don't forget, I tried dating. People can't even afford to take me out to dinner, so shit. Save me time. It's random, but why women hate us so much when we leave? We don't hate men. We and y'all. You should phrase that in a way that is not placing blame. Your communication skills need improvement, definitely. Okay, that's one, and that's definitely a main factor with communicating with feminine energies or anybody of of stature that you know you want to communicate with. For one, yeah, hate is a very strong thing. We hate, for me personally, I hate the ways of people, not them. just as if I taught my children, don't hate your father. You hate his ways. You don't hate your father. You hate his ways. And it's going to take time for him to change, for him to heal, and we can't make him do that. Somebody responsible and intelligent enough with their feelings will, understand that with maturity on all parts. But just as facts, we don't hate the male energy because we understand on an intellectual and a spiritual level that you guys are a part of us and we are a part of you. We just are in a hierarchy, and it needs to be a balance of of everything that needs to happen, and healing is a major part of that. And a lot of men aren't willing, don't know how to go through the healing process, and not able to go, or willing to go through what it takes for healing. It takes a lot. We're different. I don't hate men. I hate their ways. I hate the shit that I said was gonna happen, because this is the thing. I explained to my ex, my children's dad. Not my ex-husband, my children's dad. My youngest baby's dad. I explained to him, I said, my ex-husband is crazy. Because he wanted me to let him in their life, to my oldest children's life. I said, he is crazy. Are you ready for what the fuck will come with that? I meant every fucking single bit of everything that I said. He said, yeah. Here I am today. What the fuck do you mean? Don't hate him. I hate his actions, because he did not know on every level of which he was going to be fucking challenged of what I had to go through to get away from the shit. And then, that we were still getting to know each other. And in that process, I feel it was best to not deal with it at all, which more than likely would 9 times out of 10 was the best way to go about things. But for how everything played out, it just let me know that he was not ready to do what needed to be done. So everybody's situation is different. And then that comes with the family that they have, who's in his business, what other business he had going on in the background that you didn't know shit about, and how he handled business. So, all those things are volatile and important for, in order for people to stay in a balanced relationship, in a healthy relationship for not only themselves, and learning how to love themselves first and foremost is one of the most important things you can do before being in a relationship. And he didn't have that. When I tell you, he was very sweet. He's a very sweet person, as far as my understanding. Very sweet person, just like me. A very sweet person till you piss me off, till you do stupid shit, and then I have to cut your ass off. You may have to hurt you. Put my hands back on you. You may not like what you get. So, he was a very sweet person, very, very sweet person. But there was a lot of pros and cons to the relationship, people getting into our business, and then we had neighbors. We were in a bad neighborhood. It was all kind of shit. We was fighting against. We was fighting against all kind of shit. So it just takes a special type of somebody to be patient, not only just with themselves, but with you and the whole situation. and have that resolve and be able to make things safe and comfortable on all sides and put people in their fucking place, especially when it comes to, you know, brothers and sisters and shit like that, and cousins and aunties and uncles. And, you know, when people are fucking got their own dysfunctional shit going on, and then, you know, you're fucking around all of that on top of adding extra shit to whatever the fuck could be on, and you don't know about that whole situation. So it's like, you know, it all depends. So this becomes the part where being open and honest can either make you or break you, but you should never let it break you, and or be scared to be open and honest in a relationship that you want to be in or work towards, you know, in union with a person. I can be open, I can be honest, I can tell any and everybody anything, and I can still say fuck them. At the end of the day, their opinion, they can shove it up their ass because it ain't gonna make me, what they eat ain't gonna make me shit. I know me. So you have to have that type of relationship with that person in order to, you know, be 10 toes down. Can't nobody nor nothing be able to get in between y'all. Nobody but God. Nobody but your higher selves. That's it. It has to be that type of relationship. But when people, you know, with me personally, when people show me their actions don't speak, don't, you know, their actions speak louder than the words with me. It's like, okay, leave me in a dangerous situation. You gonna fucking find out. You gonna find out just how volatile it can get. And volatile, I mean, I will leave your ass alone. You will leave me alone. I wouldn't want nothing from you or whatever, but whew, it's a whole nother thing. But anyways, yeah, we don't. It's just people don't know how to cut off their family. They don't. And me, I can cut off my family. I cannot fuck with nobody forever. I could not fuck with them forever, and it would make me no difference. Because I know people can overstep their damn boundaries. So you just have to really focus on having a relationship with you and knowing who you are and taking notes, doing whatever you got to do to check yourself daily. That's nothing. You gotta just learn how to take accountability. And if your partner's not on the same page with you them being able to take accountability for themselves and having those open, honest conversations, and, you know, be willing to hear both sides and all sides and understand when warning comes before destruction, that should not be taken just with a grain of salt. You know, that it has to be that type of relationship. Because I'm very intuitive. I be knowing shit and be moving a certain way, and I don't even understand my damn self, but it be right on point. I don't miss. God don't miss with me. That's one thing I know for sure. My ex-husband used to think I was fucking crazy when I used to be like, I had a whole room set up in case shit happened. Food, floaties, whatever. It was a whole nother room set up for emergency purposes situation. It's not crazy. And it's not far-fetched. Definitely now what's going on with today. Especially with the fucking bubonic plague breaking out in fucking California and Tahoe, Lake Tahoe, is some crazy ass shit. the volcanoes activating, Yellowstone, and all, etc. We can go on and on. And, you know, it may have not been happening at that moment, but I wasn't wrong.
His authority to question whatever he does. If he cheats on you, you have no right to question him or even want to retaliate. I'm very much against women retaliating. Why should he go cheat? Are you using his body to cheat on him? No, that's stupidity. You are exposing yourself to sexually transmitted diseases.
Yeah, sexually transmitted demons. What's going on in California? It's a whole lot going on in California. There's a fucking bubonic plague somebody tested positive for. We just got done talking about Plum Island and the different things that they're experimenting on there, and I think they're taking that Plum Island and moving it to Tennessee or something like that. Some backwoods South fucking state somewhere. If you don't know what Plum Island, I suggest you definitely have a notebook when you watch these videos, so you'll know what to look for, what to research. Yellowstone is activating, and it activates with all the disruptions in the frequencies of what happened to melanated folk and the lands, the waters, the air, all these different things that they got fucking going on and trying to unalive melanated people ultimately. Yeah, if you check out my KD playlist 2025, you can find a plethora of the videos and the information that I provide, that I talk about in different videos. And, you know, if I'm not making a video, you can always see that there's always an update in all of my playlists for the most part, for what's most active at that time. Yeah, the animals are leaving. They're migrating away from Yellowstone. Of course, the wildfires, earthquakes. There's all kind of shit. It's like in, I guess, Ukraine or Russia or something. They just had a fucking earthquake. They just had 7 volcanoes erupt. It's all kind of shit going on. There's all kind of fucking earthquakes, tsunamis, and fucking floods. And, yeah, there's things going on. When they're creating shit that they should not be creating, God is letting them know that you should not be playing God. You should be focused on healing. That's what a lot of people need to be focused on, is healing, not trying to play God. And unfortunately, we have one too many people trying to play God. So God causes destruction. And I'm like, please fucking stop. I'm like, fucking stop. Stop the shit, man. Stop it. Just fucking heal. Go sit in the fucking corner and fucking heal, please. Fuck. Give free shit. Focus on that. Give free housing. Give free food. Give free love. Love is free. Yeah, you can learn about all the other stuff on this channel and on many other channels. I'm subscribed to so many people. There's so much information, helpful information you can find around these parts. We're all about healing the inner child over here. Yes. Went from HBIC to HTIC. Healing the inner child. So yeah. Masculine and feminine. because we have masculine and feminine energy in us all. We both do, masculine and feminine. So it's definitely not a discriminatory thing, but when you see it on the physical realm with your eyes and with these eyes and not this eye, it seems as if, oh, well, you hate us on a physical level. No, it's on a spiritual level. We just don't like the actions and the entities and the principalities that you subscribe to. So you have to unsubscribe to those and start healing on the intellectual and spiritual level and understanding why that is. When you do the research and you do the healing and you can connect them all from the quantum to the physical level, which comes from the spiritual level, you'll have a whole understanding of why self-reflection is so important, self-control, and the things that are put into your way in order for you not to be able to do so. So, yes, doing also knowing your natal chart, your birth chart can also connect you to your natal chart, because they know who you are when you're born. If you're fortunate enough to know the time, date, place, in which you were born, it helps. If not, you can just definitely go by healing. You have to take time in meditation, cleansing, detoxing, writing stuff out to detox. Like right now, it's a new moon, so you would be manifesting at this time for the cycle of the moon. And it's about to be a major eclipse. Ooh, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Ooh, that means a lot of shit is going to get eclipsed out. And fuck, if that happens on a physical level, which it already is, ain't no telling what and who and where the shit's going to go down. But I know for me, I'm going to be releasing a lot of shit. I've already have, and it feels wonderful. I feel so much better throughout this journey of the past 7, 8, 9, 10, the past lifetime. I've healed over lifetimes in this lifetime alone, and it's crazy. It took a lot. It took a lot of self-discipline. You know, when people think they're alienating you from the societal norms and, oh, well, you want to fit in here and there, ignore that shit. No. You want to be connecting with God, learning who you are, and balancing and healing. That is the shit. People forced me to do that on even more than what I was before. So it's innately promising in a higher connection and intellectual level on the soul level to be in. It's awesome. Fucking awesome. Your vibe attracts your tribe. So it's amazing. Thank you guys for the like, share, subscribe. If there's anybody else I can't see on here, because we know these technology be tripping. Oh, Moloch. So we got a little bit more of this video to go through, and then we're going to look up Moloch with child sacrificing.
Why don't you respect yourself, accord yourself some respect, and walk away if that's what you want to do? So if you find yourself a provider man that you depend on,
walking away. Right now, I would so walk away. Just don't put your hands on me, because God damn it. I would so walk away from a relationship as opposed to retaliation and being so petty. Like, that's so petty and immature. cheating on somebody because they cheat on you it ultimately does not make any sense. It takes a certain level of maturity that eye for an eye type of thing doesn't work in that realm. It works, eye for an eye works when you go and do healing and you take the higher road and you don't take the petty road. Like when they go to hell, you don't take it under hell. You
100%. You are doing that to your own detriment. Or at your own detriment. Especially if that man is not a good man. This is what we're saying. Silence is a weapon. So I cheat and get peace and quiet. Yes, please attack me. And I'm just going to find another man to provide for me, which is easy peasy. Agreed. Cheating back is for women with their own paper.
And see, that's a generational curse. That's a generational curse because you're building false foundation that will not last because it wasn't built right. To have a firm and a stable foundation, it has to be built off a truthful, honest, stable foundation in order for it to be generational lineage approved. You feel me? These people thinking they gonna go fandangle and such and get away with that. It doesn't work that way. No, on some level. Hi, I learned that. Yeah.
If you're not going to have any place to go when he puts you out, you're not equipped to play his game. A provider can't get caught doing anything. Bro, paying the cost to be the boss. If the provider has a side piece, that's law. If a woman step out and cheat on her provider, then that's treason. This is coming from a man, and I'm sure he likes said because a lot of men they love to cheat. As a provider man, we value stability and consistency. We value the family or relationship being stable. The worst thing you can do to us is be quiet, not want to have the family time, draw back time, memories, outings, cooking, hurts more than being a whole. Cheating back isn't meant to hurt him. He isn't supposed to know. It's for your own happiness. I don't understand the dish. We just don't put up with what a woman will. Self-respect. So if you have self-respect, why are you going out there to cheat? You don't have self-respect. You're concerned about how your friends will view you and what they are going to say. You're concerned about them saying you're not man enough. Why would your wife or your woman cheat on you? Even if you're obviously cheating on her. We know men have double standards. You cannot claim to have self-respect and you're out there cheating. You're not lying. Just don't want to get up.
Psycho. Just a minute. It's psycho behavior. You want to do generational curse. You are to be seen, not to be heard. You are to do as I say and not as I do. That is a fucking generational curse.
Out of my house, and her attitude changed up quickly when she saw I was packing her bags. But you cheated, imagine. So this is it. People are excited. Even women are saying facts. Literally, it shows that a lot of women are doing this and they agree with this. So when you're out there talking about feminism, talking about how men are treating women badly, not every woman agrees with you because you don't have the strength to speak up. You're happy how men are treating them. They're more than happy to submit and be under a man's authority. Just have that at the back of your mind.
You think that fat bitch on the slide got some good... That's what niggas asked me this morning while I was at work. All right, I was at this station, this area called The Slide, right? I go back to my trucks. I work at a warehouse. I be gluing trucks. I go back to get back to my trucks. I'm walking past niggas. They already having a conversation prior to me even walking down the line, right? So as I go to pass them, one of the niggas, he like 20 years old. The other one is like 40-something, I would assume, right? The one that's 20 goes, go ahead, ask him. The one that's 40 gonna sit there and ask me, you think that fat bitch on the slide got some good pussy? I turned my back, walked away, and just shook my head in fucking disgust. Because why are y'all sitting here having this type of conversation at work at 6:12 a.m.? I checked the specific time in which it was, in which niggas was having this conversation, and they felt the need to try and get me to join in on that fucking conversation. It was 6:12.
Straight up. Straight up.
Trying to get me to join in on that fucking conversation. It was 6:12 in the fucking morning, and it's not the first time they be having like these type conversations in regards to sexualized women, talk about fucking women, this, that, and third. I swear, since these niggas started working here, they have had these conversations. Like since the very moment, one of the niggas actually, the very moment in which I very first met this nigga, he started working, he asked me what my name was, where it is I'm from. He asked me where it is in the city I be at. I don't like that fucking question. That's way too much information. So I just gave him a random answer. And then the fourth thing he asked me, mind you, all these questions being spat out in the span of 1 minute. The fourth thing he gonna ask me after he asked me where it is I live in the city is, it be hoes over there. That's the first thing this nigga asked me. And mind you, this is, again, early as fuck in the morning. I'm clocking into work. And then, when he started working here was when I was clocking into work at like 12 a.m. So it's super early when niggas is sitting here asking me this question, bro. And then it's like, when I turn my back, walked away, got to my trucks, right? I come back out. The old dude, like, make sure I can hear him. He's here to talk about something. You telling me if you alone with that, nobody around, nobody gotta know you not hitting that? I turned my back and walked away again. Like, what is wrong with niggas? Like, I don't know. I don't understand why it is that vast majority of niggas nowadays, or just in general, y'all think all men are just like y'all, and y'all think that common ground in regards to having conversation with other men involves having to talk about women 24/7 in negative lights. That should be blowing me, the fact that niggas just don't think that men who have respect for women and were like raised off structure in that regard exists. Like, I'm not being friends with no niggas that are deadbeat dads, cheaters, love talking about women in negative lights, over sexualizing them, only referring to them as bitches and hoes, this, that, and third. I'm not being cool with niggas like that. No. All dads, all fathers in my fucking family are father figures. There are no deadbeat dads in my family, and it's not starting with me. I'm not finna be friends with no deadbeat fucking dad. I'm not no cheating ass nigga. I'm not hanging around no cheating ass niggas. I am a one woman man. If I'm talking to somebody, I'm only talking to them, and I'm not talking to nobody without intentions. I'm not finna sit here and waste my time and effort on somebody which I don't see myself being with long term. That shit don't make no fucking sense to me, and it never will. It never will. And then you niggas, y'all be over sexualized women 24/7. I'm not finna sit here and be like, I don't sexualize women, but like, in the sense in which I do it, it's like, I don't even see it as that. Like, if I see a woman and she look good, I might be like, damn, she look good. You niggas, on the other hand, y'all be like, damn, she look good. I'll fuck her right where she's standing. That shit is weird. That shit is fucking weird. That's the shit you niggas be on. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with y'all. Like, that shit, that ass be blowing me. And it's like, y'all love thinking that all niggas is like that shit. Niggas stay trying to have conversations and be my friend and spark conversations in regards to women. Like, that's all niggas do whenever they try to talk to me, is involve women, asking me about hoes, if I be fucking this, if I be fucking that, if I be having sneaky links, this, that, and the third. That shit be blowing the fuck out me. I'm nothing like you niggas. Dead ass. I'm 23 with 0 bodies to my name. I'm not finna sit here and fuck somebody just because they look good. Like, if there's no fucking connection there, it's nothing real. Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Y'all dead ass be blowing me with that. And it's like 24/7. I swear, it's 24/7. Any nigga that try to conversate with me always bringing up women and talking about some hoes. Like, the fact that the vast majority of men, especially nowadays, just can't comprehend why it is a man would respect women really be blowing me, because it's like, they find out you a man that respect women, now they trying to treat you like you a lame, you a loser, you a fucking simp, right? Like, say a woman walk by, right, she look good, niggas start talking about how she look good, she got a fat ass, she got this, that, and the third. I sit there and say, oh, she pretty, she got nice eyes, now niggas want to look at me and call me a loser. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Not everything need to be seen in a fuck weird way like y'all be doing it. Like, that shit really be blowing me. It's like, y'all really just don't comprehend how some people were just raised to respect women. Like, boom, right? On my mom's side of the family, her mom, my grandmother, right? Until I was born, for 40 straight years, 40, everyone that was born before me for 40 years is a girl. Everyone born into the family prior to me was a girl. So then, when I was born, it's like, okay, the 40-year streak is finally been broken, right? So obviously, family members me as a baby, as a little kid, this, that, and third. So whenever my mom had me around family growing up as a little baby and shit, or whenever I was around her and her friends, it was all women. It was all women. And then, right, I graduated high school, right? I graduated high school in 2019. After I graduated high school, I wanted to get my ears pierced, right? So I asked my dad. He tell me to, you know what I'm saying, clear it with my mom. I go to ask her. She's sitting there acting like she needed some extravagant reason as to why she should let me get my ears pierced. So I smacked my teeth and I sighed in annoyance very faintly, right? So she walked away after I smacked my teeth. Nothing crazy. It wasn't dumb loud, nothing. It was real faint, right? So she walked away. I guess she ended up on the phone talking to my dad about, you know what I'm saying, letting me get my ears pierced and this, that, and third, right? Mind you, my parents are not together. They don't live in the same household, right? All of a sudden, he pull up to the house. I go outside to talk to him. He fresh off work. He got his work clothes on and everything. Dirt on his shirt and all. I go outside. Again, parents not together. It's not his household. I go outside on the front porch. He started pressing me, talking about don't disrespect your mother. I didn't even do shit. And he pressing the fuck out me. He pulled up to the house just because I smacked my teeth inside in annoyance towards her and started telling me not to disrespect my mother. I broke it down, explained it, everything. Didn't matter. At the end of the day, it was still don't ever disrespect your mother. He don't, like, y'all don't understand, like, niggas was real life raised properly in regards to respecting women. Like, holding doors and shit, I'm not gonna lie. Anytime I see a woman sit there talking about how she need a man or she want a man that holds and opens doors for her, that shit real life pissed me off, because why the fuck have we digressed to the point where women have to ask for that shit? Like that, I swear, I was a little ass kid holding them big ass, heavy ass church doors with every ounce of fucking strength in my body for any woman that walked through them doors. I swear, like, so, like, when I be seeing that shit, like, it's because the way in which I was raised, holding doors should not be something women should have to ask for at all in the slightest. So, like, shit like that, it's like, yeah, niggas really just don't understand that some niggas are really in the world that just genuinely fucking have respect for women. Like, that shit really be weird as hell, and it be blowing me every time.
Please let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. Just know this, everyone is raised differently. In every gender, we've got the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Facts. Fucking facts. Everybody is raised differently. Moloch, the terrifying god that elites still worship today. This is why it's very important to know angels and demons. Moloch is spelled Moloch. I want the short version, please. Good Lord, there are 30 minutes, 50 minutes. I bet. Nigga. Pagan, aka Satan. So what the fucking devil? This has to do with child sacrifice. The motherfucker that would eat children. Damn, I must have watched this video. This is the other phone. It says Moonlog disclose what's hiding behind the dark evil. Wait, the dark gods evil. 8 months. This might be. I might have seen this one before. I don't know. Excuse me.
Amidst the fertile lands of Canaan and surrounding regions. These were societies deeply rooted in agrarian cycles, where the promise of abundant harvests and protection from calamity often rested on the faith of gods. Early texts suggest he was revered as a god of fire, his essence intertwined with the scorching flames that symbolized both destruction and renewal. It was believed only through offerings of great value could his favor be secured, and the cost was often unimaginable. Moloch's infamy is cemented in religious texts, most notably the Hebrew Bible, where he is portrayed as the god of a detested and forbidden practice. In Leviticus 18:21, the Israelites are warned, "Do not give any of your children to be sacrificed to Moloch, for you must not profane the name of your God." Deuteronomy 12:31 goes further, condemning the neighboring tribes who burned their sons and daughters in fire to their gods. These passages paint a grim picture of Moloch's worship, emphasizing the brutal act of child sacrifice as central to his rites. The imagery of flames consuming the innocent became a powerful symbol of corruption and idolatry. The figure of Moloch has sparked intense scholarly debate. Was he a literal deity worshipped by the Canaanites, or was his name a title symbolizing a type of ritual? Some scholars suggest that Moloch wasn't a singular god, but rather a representation of a specific form of sacrifice, with the term derived from the Hebrew word melech, meaning king, a word that means sacrifice in the closely related Punic language. Others argue that Moloch was personified over time, evolving.
This YouTube channel is called The Forbidden Portal.
Into a feared symbol of human excess and depravity. Regardless of his origins,
8 months.
the name Moloch continues to evoke dread, embodying a dark chapter of ancient religious practices. Devotees believed that to gain Moloch's favor, they had to offer their most precious gift, their children. The sacrifices were carried out with grim ceremony, often amidst chants and prayers meant to drown out the cries of the victims. These acts were seen not as barbaric, but as sacred, a grim transaction meant to ensure the prosperity of the community. It was thought to reward such sacrifices with bountiful harvests, victory in war, or protection from disaster. Central to Moloch's worship were the imposing bronze idols said to represent the deity. These statues were often crafted with outstretched hands, designed to cradle the sacrificial offering before it was consumed by fire. In some accounts, the hollow interiors of these idols were heated until they glowed red hot, turning them into both symbols and instruments of destruction. Historical records describe rituals where the children were placed into the idol's hands, sliding into the flames below. The air would grow thick with smoke, the wails of mourners blending with the rhythmic chants of the priests. These rituals were not merely acts of devotion. They were spectacles of power, meant to display humanity's submission to the divine. The flames consuming the offerings were a grim reflection of the cycle of life and death, where destruction was required to pave the way for new growth. Moloch's worship was not just about appeasement, but about embracing the paradox of life's fragility and resilience, with the fire acting as a bridge between the mortal and divine. Moloch's rites were born from desperation. In a world plagued by uncertainty, famine, war, and disease, such sacrifices were seen as necessary to secure divine intervention. To these ancient...
Now y'all wonder why dump truck is not focused nor worried or bringing up the fact that these children coming up missing and messed up? They're not worried about these children. They don't give a damn. Okay, but let me tell you. And he just got caught on the hot mic saying what he said. Motherfucker, ooh, Jesus. If he was going to do it for you, if he was going to stop that war for you, he should have been stopped that shit then.
People, Moloch embodied the cruel bargain of survival. Appease the merciless forces of nature.
Just conceited bastard. Spoken like a true toxic ass Gemini.
Or suffer its wrath. His worship reflects the lengths humanity will go to in times of dire need, where even the unthinkable becomes a rational choice. Moloch's flames became a symbol of the human condition itself, caught between the fear of loss and the hope for prosperity. Moloch's transformation from a revered deity to a feared demon is a story shaped by time and theology. In the ancient world, Moloch was seen as a god of power and necessity, albeit one whose worship demanded horrifying sacrifices. However, as the Hebrew Bible condemned the practices associated with him, Moloch's image began to shift. By the time of early Christianity, he was no longer seen as a god, but as a demon, one of many fallen beings aligned with Satan himself. This demonization was a tool of moral and spiritual instruction, casting Moloch as a cautionary figure, a symbol of idolatry and human depravity. He became the embodiment of excess and corruption, his fire no longer a source of renewal, but of eternal torment. In the realm of demonology, Moloch has cemented his place as a high-ranking demon, often associated with greed, sacrifice, and corruption. His name is invoked in rituals of power and destruction, reflecting his origins as a force that demanded ultimate sacrifices. Demonologists describe him as a being of fire, wielding both physical and spiritual flame to consume and torment. He is said to tempt humans into acts of greed and betrayal, urging them to sacrifice their humanity for fleeting gains. In infernal hierarchies, Moloch represents the extreme cost of ambition, an eternal warning to those who seek power at any price. Conspiracy theories link him to secret societies and shadowy rituals, painting him as a patron of greed and sacrificial practices in the pursuit of power. In some occult texts, Moloch is invoked as a force of destruction, a being capable of obliterating obstacles in exchange for profound sacrifices. Meanwhile, in popular culture, his name is a shorthand for ruthless ambition, appearing in novels, films, and media as an archetype of unyielding greed and the loss of morality. Whether as a demonic force or a cautionary metaphor, Moloch's influence remains alive in both the spiritual and cultural imagination. His name appears in conspiracy theories, linking him to secretive rituals, shadowy elites, and the pursuit of unchecked power. Unlike his biblical condemnation as a demon or idol, Moloch has been reimagined as a symbol of the sacrifices made in the name of ambition, greed, and control. These narratives paint him not only as an ancient deity, but as a dark force still lurking in the corridors of power, a reminder that humanity's willingness to sacrifice remains as potent as ever. Perhaps the most infamous modern association with Moloch is the Bohemian Grove rituals, a highly secretive gathering of influential and political figures in Northern California. While officially dismissed as theatrical performances, the centerpiece of these rituals involves an owl statue, often attributed to Moloch, and a dramatic act involving the burning of a mock human effigy. The owl, a symbol of wisdom, has been reinterpreted as a stand-in for the ancient deity, sparking fears of occult practices among the global elite. These theories, fueled by leaked images and video footage, have made Moloch a haunting spectre in discussions of power, secrecy, and morality. Moloch has also become a symbol of unchecked greed and corruption, often invoked in discussions of societal sacrifice. His name surfaces in political discourse, whether it's the exploitation of labor, environmental destruction, or the pursuit of wealth at the expense of morality. Moloch's fire becomes a fit
at the expense of morality. So like I said, principalities is what we don't like. The unchecked self-control that demons are tied to is what we don't like. And what we will not accept anymore for those who are becoming aware and that are aware of these energies and these entities that are being invoked and sacrificing of families and whatever else.
image for this modern greed, consuming force that spares nothing in its hunger for more. In this context, Moloch's ancient rituals echo chillingly in the sacrifices made today for the altar of ambition. These modern interpretations of Moloch carry striking parallels to his ancient worship. Then, as now, people sought to appease forces they couldn't fully control, offering sacrifices in exchange for security, prosperity, or power. Whether through fire or metaphorical flames, Moloch's story reveals a timeless truth. The greater the
Them motherfuckers look like they goddamn, what's that fucking thing called? The little fucking demon ass little toy that everybody got right now. That's waking up with scratches and shit. Ooh, I just got chills. Them like boo-boos. The La Boo Boo dolls. This little motherfucker, he look like it. Watch. He look like that La Boo Boo.
the greater the cost. In both the rituals of the past and the systems of the present, the sacrifices may change, but the desperation remains the same. A reflection of humanity's enduring fear of losing what we value most. Are these modern stories about Moloch merely reflections of our deepest anxieties about power and corruption? Or do they hint at something far more insidious? A continuity of practices that have existed in the shadows for centuries. The truth may remain elusive, but one thing is clear. Whether myth or reality, Moloch's shadow stretches across time, heavy and unshaken, leaving an indelible mark on the human psyche. Moloch's shadow looms large over history, theology, and culture. From the ancient rituals of fire and sacrifice to his transformation into a demon of greed and corruption, his legacy serves as a stark reminder of the costs humanity has been willing to pay in pursuit of power and prosperity. His name has become a symbol of the ultimate price, one paid with innocence and life itself. Whether invoked as a warning against idolatry in sacred texts or reimagined in modern conspiracy theories, Moloch endures as a figure of fascination and fear. His story is not just one of the past, but a reflection of our ongoing struggles with ambition, morality, and the sacrifices we deem acceptable. Was Moloch truly a god, a demon, or merely a cautionary tale of humanity's darkest instincts? His legacy forces us to confront uncomfortable questions about the nature of power, sacrifice, and our willingness to submit to forces beyond our control. As we close this chapter, one truth remains undeniable. Moloch's story continues to hang heavy in the air, like a storm that never breaks. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Moloch's dark and haunting legacy. This topic stirs complex emotions and questions. If you have insights about Moloch, we invite you to share them in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you found this discussion valuable, please like and subscribe to continue exploring history's shadowy depths together. Until next time, may the light guide you through the shadows of the unknown.
Facts. So, yeah. Child sacrifice. Just know that there's a difference between God's eternal flame, internal, in you, as opposed to this fake hell that they want to scare you with religion, right? That's the whole point of, they don't want you to heal your morality and things that you can really like change here and now in this reality, so you don't have to go into the other spiritual realms and still have to deal with what you didn't deal with now, thinking that, oh, I can do what I want right now and have all the immoral things that I want to do and not have to pay for it until I die and God's gonna forgive me. Yeah. Right up into another fucking cycle of what the hell you didn't heal is what you gonna get. And, listen to these demons, knowingly or unknowingly tell you, what the fuck is that? I don't even know. Ooh. Well, yeah, having to heal now, not fucking later. That fucking religious lying ass bullshit. You just gotta be careful with who you put friends with too, because everybody is not on the up and up, not at all. Everybody ain't like you. Just understand that you start healing, you'll be able to start seeing through the vibes and everything, and your life will be a lot better. You'll live your life a lot better, which is the whole point and goal of healing. All right, be great, you guys. Love yourself, don't give up. That is too easy. Healing is the best option. Forgiving, taking a higher road, self-reflection, self-admiration, self-healing, self-control. Fasting, cleansing, praying, meditation, yoga, grounding, hugging a tree, writing, different, your dreams, your nightmares, what you want, what you don't want, burning, what you don't want, and putting in a plant in the ground what you do want. So these things in manifestation are important. All right, so be great. Take your fucking power back. Take your power back. Don't let these demons fucking rule your life. And over your life, you can get rid of everything is possible. Trust me. You'll love it later with all the turmoil and the happy times you'll go through and be happy and thank God regardless of the fact of a pissy day you may have. You know, it's worth it. Be great. Talk to y'all later. Be awesome. Stay awesome. Love thy selfie. Okay?